Holly Jonas and Doug Williams III, a spark has ignited that threatens to unravel everything they've built with the people around them, especially Tate Black, Holly's boyfriend. As emotions flare and secrets simmer beneath the surface, fans of the long-running soap opera are left wondering, will Holly give in to this forbidden attraction, betraying Tate in the process? For those who've been following the storyline, it all started innocently enough, or so it seemed. Holly, played by the captivating Ashley Puzimis, has been happily dating Tate, portrayed by Leo Howard. The two shared a magical moment when they first slept together, a milestone that had Holly floating on air. She thought she'd found her happily ever after in Tate's arms. But life in Salem has a way of throwing curveballs, and Holly's world was about to get a lot more complicated. Enter Doug Williams III, brought to life by Peyton Meyer. Doug wasn't looking for trouble when he stopped by the cabin to pick up a book for his grandmother, Julie Williams, played by the beloved Susan Seaforth Hayes. It was a simple errand, a favor for family. But fate had other plans. Tate, delayed by a hospital crisis involving Sophia Choi, Rachel Boyd, wasn't there when Doug arrived. That twist of timing left Doug and Holly alone together, and what happened next set the stage for a dramatic turn no one saw coming. Caught up in the quiet intimacy of the moment, Doug let his guard down. He confessed to Holly that his heart had stopped the very first time he laid eyes on her. It wasn't just a casual compliment, it was a raw, unguarded admission of feelings he'd been burying deep inside. For Doug, it was as if the world paused, and all he could see was Holly. But as soon as the words left his mouth, regret washed over him. Holly already had a boyfriend, Tate, and Doug knew he'd crossed a line. The air grew thick with awkwardness, and he wished he could take it all back. But words, once spoken, can't be unspoken, and Doug's confession planted a seed in Holly's mind that she couldn't ignore. Holly tried to brush it off. She reassured Tate later that Doug's feelings didn't matter, that she had nothing to worry about. But deep down, something shifted. Doug's words echoed in her thoughts, replaying over and over like a song she couldn't get out of her head. She'd always seen Doug as a friend, maybe even a harmless flirt at times, but now? Now there was a flicker of something more, something she wasn't ready to face. Meanwhile, Tate's life was growing messier by the day. Sophia Choi, his ex and the mother of his unborn child, dropped a bombshell that changed everything: she was pregnant. The news hit Tate and Holly like a freight train, threatening the rosy future they'd imagined together. Tate and Sophia have been wrestling with what to do, considering adoption, trying to figure out how a baby fits into their already chaotic lives. They've even had tender moments bonding with the little one growing inside Sophia, especially her. As the pregnancy progresses, Sophia's connection to the baby deepens, and Tate, ever the responsible one, can't help but be drawn in too. They're not a couple anymore, but the shared responsibility of impending parenthood is pulling them closer, whether they mean for it to or not. For Holly, watching Tate and Sophia grow tighter is like a slow stab to the heart. She feels like an outsider in her own love story, pushed to the sidelines by a baby she didn't ask for. The joy she felt with Tate, the memory of that first night together, feels like it's slipping away, replaced by doubts and insecurities. She wonders where she fits in Tate's life now, and the more she sees him with Sophia, the more alone she feels. That's where Doug comes in. Unlike Tate, Doug doesn't come with the baggage of an ex or a baby on the way. Sure, he's made his share of mistakes, like that messy business with the necklace theft. But in Holly's eyes, he suddenly seems like the simpler choice. Doug's confession wasn't just a fleeting moment, it was a lifeline, a possibility she hadn't considered until now. And Doug? He's been thinking about her non-stop. He even dreamed of kissing her, a fantasy so vivid it felt real. For Day's fans, that dream sequence was a tantalizing hint. Could it be a glimpse of what's to come? As the weeks unfold, the tension is building toward a breaking point. Tate and Sophia's baby drama might just be the push Holly needs to cross a line she never thought she would. Imagine the scene: Holly, overwhelmed and heartbroken, running to Doug for comfort. She looks into his eyes, sees the longing there, and admits what she's been fighting: she feels something for him too. Before she can stop herself, she leans in and kisses him. It's a moment of weakness, a surrender to the passion that's been simmering beneath the surface. But what happens next? Does she pull back, guilt crashing over her like a wave? Or does she let herself fall deeper, risking everything she has with Tate? It's not hard to picture Holly taking things even further. A kiss could lead to more, a night of reckless abandon with Doug that she'd never have imagined just months ago. The chemistry between them is undeniable, and with Tate distracted by Sophia and the baby, Holly might convince herself she deserves this. But betrayal has a way of catching up, and if Tate finds out, the fallout could shatter them all. Doug, for his part, isn't blameless. He knows Holly's taken, but his heart doesn't care. He's already let his feelings slip, and now he's waiting, hoping, for her to make the next move. Will his fantasy become reality? Will Holly confess her growing feelings and turn a fleeting kiss into something more? The possibilities are endless, and that's what keeps Days of Our Lives fans glued to their screens. Holly's love life is a roller coaster, and this latest twist is just the beginning. Whether she stays loyal to Tate or gives in to Doug's charm, one thing is certain: there are plenty of surprises ahead. Will she break Tate's heart and start a new chapter with Doug? Or will guilt and loyalty pull her back before it's too late? The stakes are high, the emotions are raw, and in Salem, nothing stays secret for long. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and keep watching. Holly's story is about to get even wilder.